Classics on NBA TV. I'm Rick Kamla. The Boston Celtics began the 1966 playoffs hoping to win an unprecedented 8th straight NBA title. No team in the NFL, Major League Baseball, or NHL had ever won that many in a row. Now, standing in the Celtics' way were the young Cincinnati Royals, led by Oscar Robertson and Jerry Lucas. The Royals, up 2-1 in the East Division semifinals, were looking to eliminate the Celtics. Do they succeed at the Cincinnati Gardens? Let's find out.
There's one young fellow here who's rooting very hard for the Celtics, a young fellow who's a Xavier University student from Westboro named Peter Fitzgerald. And he came by to, I think he had his legs crossed and his fingers crossed. Sanders with the ball. Casey. Back to Sanders. Sanders shooting. And the rebound eluded Havlicek, who went in deep and came to Hairston. Now Robertson. And the fans at Cincinnati start cheering on their team. Oscar, remember, has 4 personals on him. He moves in, blocked by Russell, and it'll be Cincinnati ball. Sam Jones ran into the crowd. Has to come back on the floor again. 10 seconds to put it in play as Oscar Robertson feeds out to Hairston. Hairston wants to shoot and does. And the rebound goes to Robertson. Robertson goes in, blocked by Russell. Lucas picks it up. And he's tied up for a jump ball by Sanders. Sanders tied up Lucas beautifully, and they will jump at the free throw line. Earl Strom checks the circle. And Lucas got it to Robertson. Lucas alone. 58-50. Play number 3 is called by Casey Jones. Havlicek, Casey. Bill Russell facing the basket. Sam Jones taking Adrian Smith into the pivot and missing. The rebound going to Embry. Sam, having the height advantage on Adrian Smith, brought him into the pivot and shot over him. But as you saw, it went in and out. Now Smith. Smith guarded by Sam. Smith shooting. Rebound Russell. And Adrian Smith taking it away. Embry. Oscar. Adrian. Oscar. Oscar again moving in. Blocked by Sanders. Sam Jones coming back. Bounce pass Sanders. Sanders hits. And it's 60-50. Tremendous defense being played by Boston. Embry moving down into the corner, guarded by Russell. Come and get it, says Wayne. To Lucas for the hook. And he overshot, but was fouled by Sanders. That's the second personal on Tom Sanders. The first team foul on the Celtics, third period. 60-50, that's the score. Jerry Lucas at the line. A teaser for Lucas. 6'8", 235. It's his birthday today, and they had a celebration before the game. Presented him with a cake. Sanders, Russell. Russell guarded by Embry. Back again to Casey Jones. John Havlicek. Havlicek shooting. 62-52. Boston by 10. Adrian Smith. Smith. 62-54. Jones calls the play. Casey guarded by Oscar. Sam Jones. Smith. 62-54. Jones calls the play. Casey guarded by Oscar.
This portion of NBA TV Canada is brought to you by Avaya and Combat Networks. Security, performance, reliability for unified communications.
5 Gum, a cooling peppermint sensation. Peppermint that cools as you chew. 5 Gum. Stimulate your senses.
Kids can't build rings, courts, and pitches. MLSE Team Up Foundation. Help us build so kids can play.
Check it out, I'm the #1 dad. All I had to do was pick up the Boston Pizza Kids card. I donated $5 to the Boston Pizza Foundation, and we get 5 free kids meals. Turns out he just really loves Boston Pizza chicken fingers. So this thing was kind of overkill, I guess, and not returnable.
The Boston Pizza Kids card. Donate $5 and get 5 free kids meals.
Oscar Robertson guarded by Casey Jones. Outside, backing in, controlling the ball, moving down deep in the corner. Controlling, all the time controlling. Out to Lucas. Lucas alone. Lucas moves down, shoots, and Lucas hits. 64-56. Big Jerry Lucas. Now Casey Jones. Casey into the lane. Casey feeding into the corner to Sanders. 3-second violation. And the Royals come back. They've picked up 2 points, and now they have the ball and a chance to cut it to 6. Smitty. Hairston. Rebound Russell. Casey Jones. Casey looking. Now Havlicek. Sam. Sam off the front rim. Sanders trying to control. Gets it out to Havlicek. To Sam. Sam alone. And Sam doesn't miss this time. 66-56. Robertson, guarded by Casey, runs him into a pick on the switch, picked up by Russell. Now out to Lucas alone. Lucas hits the front of the rim. Rebound taken down by Russell. Sam Jones. Havlicek. Havlicek holding it high. Sanders in the pivot. Sanders with Lucas in the pivot for the turnaround. In and out. Rebound. Havlicek. Havlicek under to Sam. Sam alone. Off the front rim. Sanders to Sam. And Sam hits. 68-56. Boston by 12. Smith. Smitty in the lane. Stopping. Smitty hitting. 10-point lead again. 68-58. 7:20 to go, third period. Casey Jones. Havlicek. Havlicek guarded by Hairston outside. Still moving it around outside. Trying to set up Sam Jones in the pivot. And Adrian Smith is trying to keep him from getting the ball. Now Sanders. Now Havlicek shooting from outside and hitting. Basket is good. 70-58. Boston by 12. Adrian Smith. Guarded by Sam Jones. Runs him into a pick. Russell on the switch has him. Now he wants to look for the free man. Lucas, top of the circle. Feeding Hairston. Hairston had Havlicek in the pivot. And Russell losing the rebound? No. Forced out. The fans didn't think so. 70-58. Boston coming back, leading by 12 as Casey Jones brings it into the forecourt, guarded by Oscar Robertson. And Adrian Smith commits the foul. The foul on Smith, that's his third personal, the first on the Royals here in the third period. Cincinnati wants timeout. There's an official timeout on the floor with a score of Boston 70, Cincinnati 58.
During the Great Storm of 1781, John Jameson lost a barrel of his beloved whiskey. He said goodbye to the crew and went in after it. In hindsight, that probably wasn't a good idea. Weeks later, a funeral was held. All of Ireland was in attendance, including John Jameson.
It's the first thing you see in the morning and the last thing you see at night. It stresses you out. It calms you down. It helps you remember. It helps you forget. It keeps you connected. It's the only thing you own that's always within arm's reach. The HTC Evo 3D. Because you don't need to get a phone. You need a phone that gets you. And you. And you. Available at Best Buy.
5 Gum, a cooling peppermint sensation. Peppermint that cools as you chew. 5 Gum, stimulate your senses.
Greatest legends of all time, now on any team you want. NHL 12, rated everyone 10 and up. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Don Gillis back again at Cincinnati Gardens. Incidentally, the 12,107 with standing room only is the second best Royals home game crowd in the history at Cincinnati, and it's their very best playoff crowd ever. Casey Jones for one. He makes it 71-58. Now Robertson. Robertson on the switch, double team, and foul. Foul by Casey Jones. That's 4 on Casey. 4 on Casey. Oscar also has 4. One shot by Oscar makes it 71-59. Casey Jones to Havlicek. To Sanders. Sanders guarded by Lucas. Sanders shooting around the rim. Rebound Robertson. Robertson moving in, gets a pick, now shoots and hits. 71-61. Casey Jones to Havlicek. Havlicek in to Sam. Sam shoots and hits. That's 20 points now for Sam Jones. 20 for Sam, 73-61. Adrian Smith deep in the corner. Adrian shooting. Rebound, Russell. Boy, what a gang in there. To Havlicek. Havlicek feeds Sam. Driving layup. Good. And Sanders was there to follow if he had to. 75-61 Boston. 5:20 to go. Third period. In the corner, Hairston. Hairston moving out. Hairston in the lane. Hairston turns around. Doesn't get it. Foul is on Sanders. That's his third. The third team foul on the Celtics. Hairston at the line for two. John McLaughlin gets set to come in. Smith out and McLaughlin in, and the reason for this is because Sam has started to hit on Smith, taking him into the pivot. Hairston at the line. He makes the second one. 75-62. So they get McLaughlin, who is 6'5", in there to match up Sam in height. Sam is 6'4". Ball ticked away by McLaughlin. And it'll be Green's ball. Celtics ball out of bounds as McLaughlin playing aggressive defense, coming in fresh. Havlicek from Russell, short off the rim, tipped out. Grabbed by Casey. Casey in the corner to Sanders. Back again to Havlicek. Havlicek goes under and hits. 77-62, Boston by 15. Now John McLaughlin. McLaughlin takes the one-hander. Off the rim, rebound Russell. Out to Casey Jones. Celtics into the front court for Sanders. Sanders with a stop and pop off the front rim. Rebound, scramble. Who's got it? Tipped over on the side, and it's going to be Royals ball. 4:28 to go, third period. Boston leading 77-62. The ball comes into John McLaughlin, 6'5", out of Indiana. A rookie for the Royals. McLaughlin moving down, guarded by Sam Jones. Now for Lucas. Lucas guarded closely by Sanders. Double team now. Gets it back again. Robertson. McLaughlin shooting from the corner and hitting. 77-64. Boston by 13. Casey Jones in the corner. Guarded by Happy Hairston. Moves into the lane. Now back again to Sanders. Sanders goes under. Sanders shoots and hits. 79-64. Down the floor come the Royals with Robertson. Robertson in the lane. Turns around. Gives to McLaughlin. McLaughlin out again to Lucas. Lucas has it blocked. Gets it back again. Lucas hooks this time and hits. 79-66. Sanders losing it to Embry. Scramble for the ball. Who's got it? McLaughlin has it. He falls down. Now picked up by Robertson. Robertson for McLaughlin. McLaughlin guarded by Russell. Now feeds to Lucas. Lucas misses and the rebound goes to Havlicek.
How it feels to chew 5 gum. Peppermint and cools as you chew. 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.
The Leafs kick off the weekend with round 1 of the QEW rivalry. It's the Leafs versus the Sabres, live on Leafs TV Friday at 7 p.m. Leafs TV, official station, Leafs Nation.
Every idea we have begins with you. The way you connect. How you browse. How you share. And how you interact with the world around you. Down to the last detail, you inspire everything. Because in the end, innovation doesn't really matter unless it does something that really matters to you. The HTC Evo 3D, available at Future Shop.
Some say we manufacture the toughest, most reliable, most drivable cars. But at Mitsubishi, we think we're building much, much more. Right now, get 0% purchase financing.
During the Great Storm of 1781, John Jameson lost a barrel of his beloved whiskey. He said goodbye to the crew and went in after it. In hindsight, that probably wasn't a good idea. Weeks later, a funeral was held. All of Ireland was in attendance, including John Jameson.
Don Gillis back again at Cincinnati Gardens. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remain. Third period, the score, Boston 83, Cincinnati 66. Tom Sanders has 23 points. .24 points for Sam Jones. Larry Siegfried is in now. Don Nelson in. Sam Jones is out of there. And also Tom Sanders. Nelson and Havlicek in the corners along with Russell. In the backcourt, it'll be Siegfried and Casey Jones. And Robertson. Robertson now feeding to Hawkins. Hawkins who's gone in. Now Robertson. Foul on Siegfried. That's the second on Siegfried, the fourth team foul. And they were using up a foul there. Coming into the final 2 minutes. Robertson at the line. Oscar makes it. 83-67. Now Casey Jones into the forecourt. He calls the play, number 3. Moves it to the right. Russell, top of the circle, takes the long jump shot off the front rim. Russell grabs the rebound. He feeds Casey Jones. Casey to Havlicek. Havlicek underneath to Russell. Russell to Nelson in the corner. Nelson in and out. Rebound Embry. Robertson, 1:40 to go, third period. Robertson moving into the circle. Robertson shooting. Robertson hitting. 83-69. Casey calls the play. 1:28 to go. Larry Siegfried feeding Havlicek. Beautiful play. .85-69. John McLaughlin. McLaughlin guarded by 2 men on a double team to Embry. Embry on a switch picked up by Nelson. Embry shooting, not getting it, and the rebound goes to Hawkins, who puts it in. 85-71. Siegfried down the lane. And Siegfried is fouled by Embry. Second on Embry. The 5th on the Royals. And the first in the final 2 minutes. Siegfried for 2. One of them. 86-71. Boston by 15. By 16. Pressing. Siegfried pressing Oscar. Lucas fell down. Robertson goes in. Doesn't get it. Rebound Russell. He's forced out. Casey Jones comes over, gets some instructions from Red Auerbach with 33 seconds remaining. Gets the play call. Siegfried shooting. Doesn't get it. Rebound. Foul is on Siegfried. His third, the 5th on Boston. And the first within the final 2 minutes. That's 27 for Oscar. 87-72. Red Auerbach hollers one shot. Play for one. 20 seconds remaining. 87-72. Boston leads. 13 seconds. Now 10 seconds remain as it goes into Russell. Russell to Siegfried. Siegfried shooting. 3-second violation. There are 5 seconds remaining. Now McLaughlin takes the long one-hander, hits the front rim, and doesn't get it. So that's the end of the third quarter. Cincinnati 72.
Some say we manufacture the toughest, most reliable, most drivable cars. But at Mitsubishi, we think we're building much, much more. Right now, get 0% purchase financing.
Kids can't build rinks, courts, and pitches. MLSE Team Up Foundation. Help us build so kids can play.
Check it out, I'm the #1 dad. All I had to do was pick up the Boston Pizza Kids card. I donated $5 to the Boston Pizza Foundation, and we get 5 free kids meals. Turns out he just really loves Boston Pizza chicken fingers. So this thing was kind of overkill, I guess, and not returnable.
The Boston Pizza Kids card. Donate $5 and get 5 free kids meals.
It's the first thing you see in the morning and the last thing you see at night. It stresses you out. It calms you down. It helps you remember. It helps you forget. It keeps you connected. It's the only thing you own that's always within arm's reach. The HTC Evo 3D. Because you don't need to get a phone. You need a phone that gets you. And you. And you. Available at Best Buy.
Right now at Cincinnati Garden, it's sort of pandemonium. They give away souvenirs here. They throw small balls about the size of softballs into the crowd. And one just whistled by my ear a minute ago. And the largest playoff crowd in the history of Cincinnati Gardens, having one of its few moments in the last half hour or so to cheer as they're bouncing up and down. The crowd was rather quiet, as you noted, near the end of the third period. Now 12 minutes more of basketball in regulation time. Celtics leading by 15 points, 87-72, as we get set for fourth period action. Bill Russell to jump against Wayne Embry. Earl Strom to put the ball in play. Ball in the air. It's tipped, goes to Oscar. Robertson guarded by Siegfried. Robertson shooting. Rebound Russell. Casey Jones. McLaughlin guarding him. Don Nelson guarded by Lucas. Nelson stopping. Feeding Russell. Russell back again to Siegfried. Siegfried guarded by Oscar. And Oscar takes the ball away. Oscar moving down. He feeds Hawkins and Hawkins dunks it. 87-74. Havlicek, Casey Jones. Casey goes under. He shoots. He doesn't get it, and the rebound goes to Lucas. Now the crowd becoming alive here at Cincinnati Gardens as they sense a comeback by the Royals. Oscar Robertson shooting. It hits the backboard. He picks it up. Scramble for it underneath. Who's got it? It's going to be... What is it going to be? Is it going to be a jump ball or what? No. It's going to be Cincinnati ball. That's what it's going to be, as Oscar Robertson is going to put it in play. And Havlicek intercepts. Havlicek's long lead pass for Siegfried. Siegfried alone. And it's 89-74. Siegfried on the sneak away. And the interception by Havlicek. McLaughlin, bounce pass. Lucas. One shot foul coming up on Don Nelson. Lucas will go to the line. Lucas hits. Now Casey Jones coming back. Nelson. Russell. The high pass. Casey Jones. Started by Oscar for Havlicek. Havlicek shoots and hits. 91-75. McLaughlin. McLaughlin guarded by Casey. McLaughlin in the lane. 10 minutes to play. 91-77. Havlicek. Havlicek. Offensive foul on Havlicek. Ball goes over to the Royals. His second personal foul. McLaughlin coming back. Casey Jones guarding him. McLaughlin shooting. 91-79. Siegfried. Siegfried is fouled by McLaughlin. Siegfried for two. The third on McLaughlin. The first team. Siegfried will have two. Larry's first one. 92-79. 93-79. Lucas wants help. It goes to Robertson. Almost taken away by Nelson. Now Robertson brings it up. Picked up by Casey Jones. Now starts to back in. Protecting the ball. Moving into the lane. Shooting. And hitting. 93-81. Boston by 12. Now Siegfried, the crowd coming alive as the Royals start to chip away. Siegfried shooting, and Siegfried hits to make it 95-81. Oscar Robertson moving down. Robertson in the corner, guarded by Siegfried. Robertson to Embry. Embry hits. Siegfried coming back for Boston. 8:55 to go. Siegfried out to Havlicek. Havlicek holding it high over his head. Now to Russell, guarded by Embry. Holding it high. Havlicek. 7 seconds remain to get the shot off as Havlicek hits. 97-83. And the 14-point lead again for Boston with 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. Here's John McLaughlin. McLaughlin picked up by Havlicek. McLaughlin feeding to Lucas. Ball tipped away by Siegfried into the hands of Robertson. Robertson shoots. Robertson hits. He has 31 points. Now Siegfried brings it into the forecourt. The stop, the pop, the hit. 99-85. And the 14-point lead remains for Boston with 8 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Now Robertson holding it high, feeding Lucas. A little give and go. Robertson, McLaughlin. McLaughlin picked up on a switch by Havlicek. He shoots. Round the rim. Rebound Hawkins. And Hawkins pushed off in going in. Hairston comes in. That's 4 on Hawkins, the second team foul. Embry out, Hairston in. 99-85 is the score. Boston leading by 14. Don Nelson going to the line. He'll have one. He was pushed off by Tom Hawkins. A little commotion in the stands. I can't tell you what it is. Apparently a fight in the crowd. Don Nelson shooting and hitting. It's now 100-85 and a 15-point bulge for Boston with 7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Oscar Robertson guarded by Casey Jones. Robertson foul. That's 5 now on Casey. 5 on Casey. Oscar has 31 points as he goes to the line. Casey is out and Sam in. .32 points for Oscar Robertson. 100-86. Sam Jones with the ball, guarded by McLaughlin. Into Russell. Russell trying to move around Lucas. Back out to Siegfried. Siegfried takes the long one-hander off the front of the rim. The rebound goes to McLaughlin. And McLaughlin's long lead pass for Hairston. Now Hairston stops and shoots. It misses and the rebound goes to Havlicek. Siegfried. Sam Jones. Sam by McLaughlin, number 11. Sam, top of the circle, still with McLaughlin. The turnaround, the hit. It's 102-86. John McLaughlin, guarded by Sam Jones. Now Lucas. Lucas moving around, giving it to McLaughlin, who takes a little jump shot. 102-88. 6:45. That's what remains in the fourth period. Siegfried. And out of the reach of Russell. And an important turnover. There you see it, 6:35. And there's a timeout called by Cincinnati. So there's an official timeout on the floor with the score, Boston 102, Cincinnati 88.
We know sunrises and sunsets, held breaths and skipped heartbeats. We know game time, overtime, and maybe next time. We know where dreams begin and that the love of the game never ends. At Source for Sports, we know our stuff.
5 Gum, a cooling peppermint sensation. Peppermint that cools as you chew. 5 Gum, stimulate your senses.
Legends of all time, now on any team you want. NHL 12, rated everyone 10 and up. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Every idea we have begins with you. the way you connect, how you browse, how you share, and how you interact with the world around you. Down to the last detail, you inspire everything. Because in the end, innovation doesn't really matter unless it does something that really matters to you. The HTC Evo 3D, available at Future Shop.
Tom Sanders has come back into the ball game. It's Cincinnati ball. Boston leading by 14 with 6 minutes 34 seconds remaining. And Robertson places it in play to McLaughlin. McLaughlin guarded by Sam Jones. McLaughlin guarded tightly by Sam. Gets it into Lucas. Lucas playing the high post, guarded by Russell. Almost has it taken away, but takes the shot. And in the rebounding action, Russell has it. Now Havlicek. Havlicek deflected by Robertson, intended for Siegfried as he was racing in down the right lane. Siegfried calling the out-of-bounds play to Sam Jones. Out to Tom Sanders. Sanders guarded by Hairston. A little crowded over there of Celtics. Now Russell. Russell starts to move in, gives it back to Sanders, and Sanders hits. So Sanders has just come in and hasn't lost his touch. It's 104 to 88. And Tom has 25 points. Lucas shooting off the front rim. Russell rebounding. And a jump ball called as Russell was falling away with the ball. The man he'll jump against is 6'5" Tom Hawkins, and you watch how that Hawkins goes up in the air. Sam Jones. Sam stops, plays the side of the... Tried to skim it off the backboard as you saw, but hit the edge. Now Hairston. Hairston trying to move in. Over to Lucas. Lucas picked up by Russell. Bounce pass to Hawkins. Hawkins shoots, doesn't get it. Rebound Russell. 5:27 to go. 104-88. Sam Jones. Russell. Russell just holding. Russell moves in, doesn't get it, but he's fouled. Foul is on Lucas. Tom Thacker coming in. That's the second personal on Lucas, the third team foul. Russell will go to the line for 2. Bill has 4 points, all in the first half. But he has a gang of rebounds. 105-88. 106-88. John McLaughlin. McLaughlin takes the long shot, doesn't get it in the corner. It goes to Siegfried. Siegfried coming back for Boston. 5 minutes to play now. Havlicek. Havlicek underneath. Havlicek traveled. 4:55 to play. Tom Thacker. Thacker starts down into the corner, guarded by Havlicek. Now Robertson. Robertson moving in. It's blocked by Russell, but the foul on Russell. Robertson goes to the line. That's his 4th. They're using Oscar as a forward on offense, if you'll note. He moves in. He brings it down and moves in. That's 33 points for Oscar. 34. 106-90. McLaughlin tries to foul. No foul called. Looked as though he was almost trying to foul Sam. Now Havlicek. Havlicek moving around a screen. Off the rim, rebound Russell. Out to Siegfried. Siegfried shoots. In and out again. Rebound Sanders. Sanders moves in. Sanders doesn't get it, but he's fouled. Sanders will go to the line for 2. Foul on McLaughlin. That's 4 on McLaughlin. And Tom Sanders moves to the line. Tom has 25 points. Rarely does Tom miss two. Thacker all the way down. Thacker gets it. 106.92. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Siegfried. Russell. Looks for Sam. Sam stops and pops. He is fouled. Foul on McLaughlin, I believe. It'll be 5 on McLaughlin. It is 5 on McLaughlin, the 15 foul. Sam at the line for two. 106.92, 14-point lead. 3:57 to play. One of them. And he gets them both. 108.92, and Sam has 28 points. Hairston. Hairston playing in the backcourt. Robertson now will put the ball in play. Into McLaughlin. To Thacker. Thacker missing. Robertson picking it up. Robertson now has 36 points. 3 minutes, 38 seconds remaining. 108.94. Bill Russell into the forecourt. Picked up by McLaughlin, and he feeds to Sam Jones. Sam, stop, pop. Rebound, tip, goes out to Havlicek by Sanders. Now Havlicek bounces it to Sanders. Sanders picked up by Hairston. Dribbles around. And a foul. George Wilson is going to go in. Wilson goes in, replacing Lucas. With 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. Foul is on Hairston, his fourth. And it's the sixth. So Sanders will have 2. 3 in a row missed by Tom. Rarely does that happen. He's an excellent free throw shooter. .15 lead, 109.94. Thacker, Hairston, and Hairston hits. Havlicek has the ball, brings it into the forecourt. 3 minutes to play. And a foul on Thacker. Sam Jones will go to the line. This will be 2 shots also. And some debris comes down on the floor. The Celtics want timeout. There's an official timeout on the floor with the score, Boston 109 and Cincinnati 96.
Some say we manufacture the toughest, most reliable, most drivable cars. But at Mitsubishi, we think we're building much, much more. Right now, get 0% purchase financing.
During the Great Storm of 1781, John Jameson lost a barrel of his beloved whiskey. He said goodbye to the crew and went in after it. In hindsight, that probably wasn't a good idea. Weeks later, a funeral was held. All of Ireland was in attendance, including John Jameson.
Kids can't build rings, courts, and pitches. MLSE Team Up Foundation. Help us build so kids can play.
Check it out, I'm the #1 dad. All I had to do was pick up the Boston Pizza Kids card. I donated $5 to the Boston Pizza Foundation, and we get 5 free kids meals. Turns out he just really loves Boston Pizza chicken fingers. So this thing was kind of overkill, I guess, and not returnable.
The Boston Pizza Kids card. Donate $5 and get 5 free kids meals.
Don Gillis back again at Cincinnati Gardens. Adrian Smith has come into the game, replacing Oscar Robertson. Sam Jones at the line for 2. Sam's first one is good, and it's 110-96. He makes them both, and it's 111-96, a 15-point lead with 2 minutes and 56 seconds remaining. And Thacker is fouled by Sam. That's 4 personals on Sam Jones. Sam Jones into the forecourt, guarded by Thacker. Now double teamed as George Wilson comes up, gives it to Havlicek, down in the corner to Sanders. They're eating up a lot of the clock. Now 10 seconds remain. Havlicek, now 9 on the 24-second clock. Now Casey, and Casey feeds off to the side, and it's stolen by Thacker, and Thacker starts back. Thacker feeds to Smith. Smith moves into the lane and hits. 2:25 to go, and Russell is in for a dunk. So Russell gets it right back again with 2:19 to go. Russell has 6 points. Now Thacker is fouled by Sam Jones. That's 5 on Sam. And that's the 15th foul with 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. Tom Thacker goes to the line. Thacker is a second-year man. Played his college ball at Cincinnati. He misses, and the rebound goes to Thacker. Thacker underneath, taken away by Russell. Now Russell gives to Casey Jones. 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Adrian Smith guarding Casey. 2 minutes to play. And a foul on Adrian Smith as he took the ball away from Casey, but he fouled him in doing it. Two shots now for Casey. First one misses. 113-99. 14-point lead for Boston with 1:58 to go. And Casey hits the second one to put it back to 15. 6 points for Casey. Played a lot of defense. Thacker with the ball, guarded by Sam. Thacker out to George Wilson. Wilson shoots and hits. Now Casey Jones, guarded by Adrian Smith. Casey brings it into the forecourt. Guarded by Adrian Smith. Gets some help now from Havlicek. Now into Russell. 1:30 to go. Russell feeding Havlicek. Havlicek under. Havlicek sees Sanders. He gives to Sanders. Sanders pops and hits for the corner. 116-101. Remember, tickets go on sale tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Boston Garden for the 5th game at Boston Garden on Friday evening. Adrian Smith hits. 116-103. Sam Jones into Bill Russell. Russell guarded by Wilson. Sam guarded by McLaughlin. He brings it into the forecourt. He's double teamed and fouled. Sam will go to the line at 109. One and one. 109. Remember, the 5th and deciding game at Boston Garden on Friday night. And tickets go on sale tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. at Boston Garden. Sam now has 32 points. He had 42 Saturday night out here. John McLaughlin comes back. 1:05 to go. 118, 103. Rebound, scramble for Casey Jones with a rebound. We're in the final minute. 118, 103. Boston just killing off the clock now. Casey Jones guarded by Adrian Smith. Casey into the lane, losing the ball. And it'll be Cincinnati to bring it back with 48 seconds remaining. And the score 118-103. John McLaughlin brings it down. McLaughlin leaves it for Hairston. Hairston almost has it stolen by Havlicek. Now Hairston decides to shoot anyway. It's off the front of the rim. They scramble for it. Look at that Casey scramble for that ball with 34 seconds remaining. 34 seconds remaining. 32 now. The 15-point lead, and look at him go. Foul is on Wilson. 32 seconds remaining. The fifth and final game of the Eastern Division semifinal playoff will be played at Boston Garden on Friday night. Game time 8:15. Tickets on sale tomorrow morning 10 a.m. Casey makes it. 119-103. Missing, but he has a penalty shot. It was a backcourt violation. 32 seconds remaining. Then we want to remind you folks that the Barbara Streisand show for WHDH in Boston has been videotaped and will be shown in its entirety at the conclusion of the game. You will see the entire program at the conclusion of the game. 15 seconds, 14. That's all that remains. 7 seconds on the clock. Tom Sanders dribbling it around, now feeding. Sam Jones shoots, doesn't get it. Rebound, George Wilson. Long pass down the floor. They let it go. 2 seconds, 1. And 1 second on the clock. They'll have to put the ball in play. It's 120-103. The ball will have to go in play. It comes in to John Havlicek, who just tosses it to Earl Strong. And the final score was 120-103. That's the end of the game with a final score. Boston 120, Cincinnati 103.
The Celtics would win in convincing fashion, 120-103, and set up a Game 5 showdown. The Celtics would return home and defeat the Cincinnati Royals 112-103. The Celtics would eventually capture their 8th consecutive NBA title, defeating the Los Angeles Lakers in 7 games. Thanks for watching this edition of NBA TV Hardwood Classics. I'm Rick Kamla. We'll see you next time.
It's the first thing you see in the morning and the last thing you see at night. It stresses you out. It calms you down. It helps you remember. It helps you forget. It keeps you connected. It's the only thing you own that's always within arm's reach. The HTC Evo 3D. Because you don't need to get a phone. You need a phone that gets you. And you. And you. Available at Best Buy.
5 Gum. A cooling peppermint sensation. Peppermint and cools as you chew. 5 Gum. Stimulate your senses.
Greatest legends of all time, now on any team you want. NHL 12, rated everyone 10 and up. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Some say we manufacture the toughest, most reliable, most drivable cars. But at Mitsubishi, we think we're building much, much more. Right now, get 0% purchase financing.
alone, there were 200,000 people who were fed by the Red Cross for months after the flood. More than half of them were living in tent cities. Until Katrina, it was the greatest natural disaster the country had ever seen.
2 years ago, FEMA actually funded a study called PAM, where they did a study, a numerical study, computer